Look at my dad. Look at both of them. When both of your parents are giving you this face right here, you know you messed up. What's going on, Gems? Hope you're having a productive week. Hope you're having a productive day. We're back again. We are back again. As a former athlete, a huge part of developing, a huge part of becoming a better player is going back and studying the tapes. Going back and looking at some of the things you could have done better, some of the things that you felt like you did well. And I felt like, why not do that same thing with something that has really impacted my life in such a major way? I can't stress this enough. We are going to keep this 100% respectful. And when I say that, I mean, we're going to keep this 100% respectful to everyone that was involved, whether that was Iris or whether that be the show. I don't want the overall message from this thing to be that the show is fake or staged. This is a completely authentic experience. I can't stress that enough. We are living together for 2 months. We met each other at the altar, and the things that led up to, a lot of times they come off maybe like they do because the show has to paint the picture for you. As a viewer, you know, they want to make sure that you understand each person's story, to develop their own story and kind of, you know, put it all together. So, you know, just to give that, you know, kind of disclaimer, because I don't want them coming after me saying that I am, you know, leaking out the secrets behind the show and calling it fake and stuff like that. That's not what this is for. I'm just letting you know my personal experience with it. Everybody has their own. I would be glad to hear some of the other cast members from my season and the season before me give off their experience, because I'm sure everyone's is different. So this is just mine. This is my take on it. I'm excited about this one. What you're getting ready to see is pretty much what's leading up to the wedding. We've now been picked. The final 8 people for the season have been picked for the, you know, to get married and to get matched. And now it's everything that's leading up to that wedding as well as the wedding. So this is going to be interesting. I'll be honest, when I watched the last episode, I didn't expect to get some of the feelings that I got from it. I'm like, damn, this is really, you know, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've developed a lot, and I think that there's a lot of things I could have done differently. And I think that there's a lot of things that, you know, I am proud that I stood on. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff, and it's unpacking a lot. Maybe this is therapy for me as well, because I will say after being a part of such a crazy experiment, you know, chances are you probably need to talk to somebody afterwards. I'll be honest. Nonetheless, you're not here to listen to me talk you to death about this. Let's get into it.
I'm Keith, 27.
I am a high school and middle school basketball coach and mentor.
I think I'm single because I'm really just focused on my work right now.
There it is.
I'm normally working with kids who may not have had a male figure around.
God,
So
I hate that
kinda
shirt.
Pretty much my life right now. You know, I would love to start thinking.
Together for 29 years.
I was a little scruffy
we rely on
then,
each
man. I
other
ain't
for
gonna lie.
everything.
A little scruffy.
I could only hope to have a marriage that is as strong as theirs.
I cleaned it up
and
a little bit.
I'm going to give it my all, because this is the only chance we get.
Standing.
I just want to
you
let her
guys.
know that, you know, I appreciate her going through this whole process with me, and I look forward to the future cookouts and future family events. Let's go.
Did I have a booger in my nose? Hold on now. Why nobody told me I had a booger in my nose?
Kind, patient, and understanding.
I just want to let her know that, you know, I appreciate her going through this whole process.
Is this? Oh my goodness.
With me, and I look forward to the future cookouts. And
That is embarrassing. Oh boy.
I really do appreciate y'all coming and meeting me here in Charlotte and stuff. I know y'all had a long weekend, but I did want to tell y'all that I will be getting married in 10 days.
I think I just lost my appetite.
Is this a new thing in dating with millennials?
The experts have done a lot of, you know, homework.
Ladies, if there's anybody out there with children, I just wanted you to put yourself in the shoes of my parents right now. Whether you have a son or you have a daughter, I guess it does make a difference, but in a lot of ways it doesn't. Imagine your child inviting you up to Charlotte for the weekend, or, you know, to another city that you're not from. Let's say that you don't live in for the weekend. I had to meet me at my apartment, and we drove to the restaurant. When they met me at my apartment, they came upstairs. I met them at the door. The first thing my mom says is, "You getting married, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Mom, what are you talking about?" It's just crazy how a mother's instinct works. It is really the craziest thing because I hadn't given away anything. I probably had been a little distant from the day before or something, but who knows? Like, who knows? We drove to the restaurant and we're sitting down eating. And look at this face. Look, first of all, my dad, both of them are chilling right now. Look, my dad's like, "Oh yeah, we about to grow up," you know what I mean?
I do appreciate y'all coming and meeting me here.
Everybody's got their grub,
I had a long weekend.
Look, my mom's in good spirit. She's got a nice little black and salmon over there. Everybody's chilling.
But I did want to tell y'all.
Look at this, and then
I will be getting married in 10 days.
look at my dad. Look at both of them. This is classic. This is classic. As a son, as a child, when both of your parents are giving you this face right here, you know you messed up. You know you messed up. I was in there like, that face is like a kid who knows he's in trouble. He didn't put himself into something that he probably shouldn't have been into.
I think I just lost my appetite.
Is this a new thing in dating with millennials?
The experts have done a lot of homework and a lot of due diligence to try to find somebody that would match. And so I trust them.
Right now, I am a little confused. I take marriage very seriously, having been married, for 30 years, and for him to be getting married in 10 days to somebody he's not laid eyes on, it's kind of unnerving for me. This is a risk, don't you think?
For sure. Absolutely. I never want to let my parents down, and me and them are really, really tight, and they're people that I always look up to, but they are pretty traditional in the way they, view relationships. So I'm hoping that I get their blessing.
You know what I'm wondering? What do you think your parents are gonna say?
You're gonna have to talk to your grandparents.
Woo.
I think you're gonna have to talk to your
I
grandparents.
think we might need a shot on that, though. Growing up, my grandparents have my back through whatever. And that's something that means the world to me. But with my grandfather being a deacon and my grandmother being a minister, this is
So right here, my mom is crying. I don't know how I got on this conversation, but we started to talk about how relationships change after you get married. And, my mom and I are, very tight. And, she's one of my closest friends, somebody that I, have always gotten a lot of support from. And, we're very, we have a lot of similarities, and, I think she kind of got a little emotional, thinking about how, our relationship would change a little bit. And, with me having a wife and everything like that. So, it was a pretty hard hit for her. I would say more so than it was for my pops. I don't think my pops would think that our relationship would change during a situation like that, but it definitely happens like that with your mom because, she's no longer the main priority when it comes to being the woman, the woman in your life. She's still a priority, don't get me wrong, but when my dad she's my dad's responsibility in a lot of ways. And, when you have a relationship and when you're getting married to someone, that woman is now your responsibility, over most things. So, it was a pretty tough conversation after that. They didn't really share a lot of it. But we really got into it, and kind of broke things down a little bit over this dinner. And, yeah, it was tough. It was tough.
You
sure you ready to do this though?
nervous.
It's my younger brother.
Well, let's go.
One of my other little
My
brothers.
younger brother to go tuck shopping as well as one of my best friends.
Hey, how are you?
I definitely feel like I'm ready to be married, but getting married so soon is mind-blowing that it's actually happening this fast.
I really like that cream one right here.
It looks like me. I really
So,
don't think that I've happened.
backstory.
I really like.
I just came from work, and you know how when you like start talking about something, you go to your phone and you start seeing ads for it pop up. It's the weirdest shit ever, but we know it's because Apple and whoever, they're always listening to your conversations. They're always listening to what you're saying, even when you're not on your phone. But I started getting ads for tuxes, like tuxedos. And I'd seen an Instagram ad that had a guy, and he was wearing a cream blazer, black, a black collar or whatever you want to call that, and black slacks. And I'm like, man, that's fresh. I'd love to find something like that for my wedding. Sure enough, as soon as we walked into this tux store, the first one I saw standing right there, just standing out from all the rest of them, was the tux that I was looking for the whole time. If that ain't the universe, if that ain't God just placing stuff right at your hands, I don't know what is. Just a little backstory, because it was just really weird. Looking back on it now, it was just really weird how that happened.
That cream one right here, it looks like me. I really don't think that I've come all the way to terms with it just yet. I think, it's slowly but surely creeping in.
Follow me in this way. We're gonna go right into one of these rooms here.
All right. It's a little weird, to have him meeting and marrying a girl that he doesn't know, but I know my brother, and I know he's a people person, so I think he'll love his wife, he'll be loyal to her, he'll do anything she says, because happy wife, happy life.
Ready. So, what do you think? How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like,
Yeah?
this is the one.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm with it.
And when I put that bad boy on, it felt like it was made for me. This is before it even got tailored. And I was like, damn, this is fresh. I look good. So this is a crazy day, because this whole time leading up to it, you don't really, you know that this is what's happening. But then when you put on that tux for the first time, it kind of brings stuff into reality a little bit more. And it just makes you that much more anxious and nervous about what's to come. Because at this point, you still don't have any idea who you're getting married to. You still have no idea.
Nervous?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, like this is real.
Once you say I do, that's gonna be the slam dunk right there.
Yeah. I have anything to say to my future wife right now, I would say, look, I hope you're ready. I hope you're coming with it on wedding day, because I'm here.
So I got to be real with you. Anyone who decides that they're going to do this show is the craziest thing you can do when you think about it. You are getting married in front of your family and friends, people that have known you your whole life, people who have supported you your whole life, and you're getting married to someone that you have never met before. It's the craziest shit ever. I don't know how to say it as any better than that. It's ridiculous. Just had to throw that in there.
I hope you're ready. I hope you're coming with it on wedding day, because I'm here.
This is a cool
What's your
experience.
name again? Matt, yeah. Cool. Let me get some heels. Guy's so freaking tall. He's so tall. I know, right? I usually feel like I'm the tallest dude. Now I'm like, Keith and Matt walk in, and all of a sudden I feel short. Yeah, I was like, wow. I'm getting a short girl now. I see how this works out.
Let's toast to our mystery brides, and let's hope that everything's gonna work out.
So this is basically when the guys and the girls are meeting each other. The grooms and the brides are meeting each other for the first time. I didn't know any of these guys. I knew Matt because I recognized him from the Final 50. But none of us knew each other, which was cool. All of them were mad cool, man. Like Jamie, Greg, Matt, everybody was super cool. I think that when you are going through a certain situation and y'all are the only ones that can really relate to that at that moment, it kind of brings you a little bit closer. I think that's what it did for us later on down the line. Right here was just basically us meeting each other, and all of us are like, I don't know what we signed up for, but shit's about to get real.
All right, yeah.
So what better way to cap that off than by taking shots?
having sex on the wedding night.
Right.
What do you? So with me, I'm just like, no, I don't want to.
Even if y'all hit it off and there's crazy attraction.
Don't do this to me, man. I'm thinking about this the other day.
No matter what.
Chemistry going on. What are you gonna do?
Wow.
Gotta stay focused on the goal, right? I want to really take this serious and not put less in the equation.
Greg, He's definitely dedicated to his religious beliefs. Obviously, I'm not very much the same in that aspect, but you know, it's
Hey,
something I respect.
why did they make me look? Okay. This one I can't blame on the show. I can't blame this on the show because I guess I really was looking at him like that. It basically made it come off like what he was saying I wasn't really believing. I wasn't really believing in for myself. And then the look that I was giving at the same time made it look like, this is hilarious. Look at this whole
Not
thing.
very much. He's definitely dedicated to his religious beliefs. Obviously, I'm not very much the same in that aspect. But
And by the way, at this very moment right here, I don't know if you can tell in my eyes, but if you look at my eyes closely, I'm not even there anymore. I'm gone. I'm gone. We had way too much to drink. It was a long night. And at this point, I'm just talking out of my ass.
you know, it's definitely something I respect. You know, if you're not comfortable with it, then I would suggest don't do it. Just like if she wasn't comfortable with it, you'd be like, okay, I understand that. So I think it really is meeting in the middle. It is about chemistry. That first night, like, I'm not gonna do anything that I'm not ready for.
What about you, man?
That was me talking with some sense. So nonetheless, that was pretty much all that this episode had with me in it. The rest of the episode is of the actual couples, the first two couples getting married. I believe that was Greg and Deanna, and I want to say Jamie and Elizabeth. I can't remember. And then the next episode will be my big wedding, our big wedding. So yeah, that was pretty much all that it entailed of us for this one. Listen, I think the overall takeaway from this episode in general is, looking at it now, it's pretty amazing because I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And even though I knew it was a crazy decision that I had made, you have no way to prepare for this. It doesn't matter how mentally prepared you think you are. For something like this, you have no earthly idea what it's going to take and what's going to go into it. I think it's a big thing that can play into life. I think a lot of us are looking for purpose. A lot of us are looking for what we're here for. And I think that a lot of times we focus so much on the end goal that we forget that it's one step at a time. And you also have to put yourself out there a little bit and, take some calculated risks in order to get to that end goal sometimes. You're not going to always see the road ahead of you. I would have never guessed in a million years that this would have been my experience in life, and it was, and it is. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn something and push myself out of my comfort zone in order to see who I truly am, see what I'm about, and then also figure out how I can make that person better. So that's what I got out of this one, man. It's really crazy to look at myself at this time in my life with all the stuff that I had going on outside, and then we have this. So once again, thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I hope this one was good for you. Drop your comments. Let me know what you think about things. Can't wait to hear from you. Looking forward to the next one. Peace.